Hey, it's that time of year, gang. I mean, by this time you can plant peas, you can plant your onions, and have a nice garden. Isn't that nice gardening time? How sweet it is. Half the people we have on this show, garden for a hobby. Happy birthday from Smuckers. How sweet it is. Our friends from Smuckers are behind the jam jar, and we find Edith Tucker. Get out the way, old Ann Tucker. That was 1900. Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, 100 years old, does Tai Chi. Hi-ya. I saw that done. That's really good exercise. Does it from her wheelchair. Secret of longevity, eating healthy, exercising, and having strong faith in the good Lord. Hallelujah.
I'm here to tell the story of my life. I was born to wonderful parents and 4 brothers, and I was the youngest, a little girl. I was loved and cherished by all of them. Unfortunately, my father went to America and he got sick with tuberculosis. And the doctors told him that they can cure him. But he said if he has to die, he's got to go back to Russia, where his family is and where he was born, and be there. And he came back and he died. I was only 7 years old when my father died. But I had the support of a wonderful mother and brothers. My life in Russia was very sad because I was very young and I had to go through all the pogroms. I did not have much of a childhood because there was always pogroms. We always had to hide in some secret places. And my mother never wanted to leave the house, so she stayed in and she put me in a secret place. And then the bands came into her house and she was afraid. She knew that they're going to hurt her. They started breaking the windows and the doors. So she went over to them and she told them, "Children, don't break my windows, don't break the doors. You want to come in, I'll open the door for you, come on in. You must be very hungry. I'm going to make something for you to eat." They realized what a smart lady she is, and he did not hurt her in any way. She made them eat. They were there for a while, and they went away, and they said, "It's okay. We're not going to hurt you." And that was her braveness that she did. Everybody spoke about it, how she got herself out of something that was so dreadful. We had a lot of other vendors. I was a young girl. I had to go to school from one end of the city to the second end of the city. And when I came, and it was always hard on me because when I came home, I had to help my mother. My mother had an inn where she had a place. People would come from country places to the city to do the shopping, and they would stay at her house. The people were staying at the house. The wagons and the horses, she had a place for them. And I could never, when I came home from school, I was so young, I had never had a chance to be with my friends or do anything. I had to help out my mother. As a matter of fact, when I had to go into school, to register for school, I didn't have anybody. My mother couldn't go. She couldn't leave the whatever people were in the house, and I had no one to take me. I had one brother lived in another city, and there were nowhere to. I went to the school, and I heard what some of the parents were saying, and I went over and I gave them my name, and I told them my age, and I got registered on my own, without a mother or father or anybody with me. I was a very good student. I was graduated school, And when I go, I was the teacher's pet there always. We were hiding in secrets all the time. It was horrible and dreadful. Lined us up where there was a drugstore, and there were steps going into the store. They lined us up, everybody, whichever Jewish person they could find. And I was a child. They would not have touched me, but my mother was there, and I was not going to stay without her. So I was there too. And they stood with a shotgun, and they were going to kill all of us. And all of a sudden, they heard one horse from the station, from the train station, was coming into the city. And they heard him coming. They thought it was a whole army coming. So just before they had a chance to kill us, they ran away. And we were saved that time. We were saved a few times. We had to go in. We went into, there was a rabbi's big building, and we went to hide there. And after being there, we heard them banging in the doors, and we knew that they're coming in there. So we had to find out a way how to get out of there, my mother and I. So there was we had to go down to one cellar, and then from there were steps going to a next one. And the next cellar, further down, there was a door to go out in the back of the house. And we started to run. And there was a man standing on a corner, and he said to us, go into that little house, and that's where you can hide yourself, because there's people there. And we went in there, and as we just walked in there, we heard him scream. For what reason he was standing there, I still can't remember. They can't understand it. They were hurting.